Okay, so far what we have done is we've added different collectible palettes, and we've also given a chomping sound effect to each of the pellet. Now let's try to do some more fun. Let's code in a way that the player receives a super fast speed while in the game. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a part. It could be anything. I'm taking a sphere, another sphere, and I'm randomly going to place it anywhere in the maze. Now, it's up to the students to use their imagination and implement this super speed feature in their game as per their interest. So I'm not going to give any texture or color to this part because it's just an example. And I'm also not going to anchor it so that the part keeps moving every time the player touches that part. But students can use a platform and make it, a fixed anchor. It could be suspended up in the air where the player has to jump a couple of platforms to reach that point. So it could be anything. Let them use their imagination. For now, I'm taking this part and adding a script under that part. Okay. And in this script, I'm going to write a code for a super speed, which is going to be this. So let me tell you what is exactly happening here. So normal walk speed is 16, but I'm going to make it double. So I'm going to assign it to 32 and wait for 15 seconds so that whenever the player touches this object, which is a huge uncolored sphere, gray colored sphere, then the player will have walk speed of 32 for somewhere around 15 seconds, and then it will come back to the normal speed of 60. So that's the logic behind this code. Now here what we are going to do is we have assigned a variable sp lock where this updated speed of humanoid is going to be locked or saved. And uh, where is this exactly happening? This touch event, there is a touch event. So this is happening in script.parent, which is this part. So it could be super speed. Let me rename it to super speed so that it's easy to identify. So super speed part, whenever the player touches that part, whenever that on touch event is been identified, then this code will run. So there is a local function on touch to detect which part or any of these parts have been touched to this palette, or sorry, to this super speed item. Now it will check, it will have a humanoid, obviously. So it could be any human character, humanoid. It could be a zombie or simple your usual player. But here what I'm doing is I am making sure that it's just the player and not any other character. So first we'll identify a humanoid. Then if it is a humanoid, if there is a character present, then it will check for the player. So it will look for the explorer section has players. So every time you run the game, the players come there. So it will look for that, and if the player has been identified, then only the box speed will be changed. Now let's run this code and see if it actually shows what we want to implement. So let me run this code and see if the player changes its speed when touched to the super speed item in the game. Now the variations, as I mentioned, could be any character, not just the player. And the second variation is having different multiple platforms for the player to jump. Okay, seems like my player has got stuff. It happens when there is some internet error. Let me run this code and try again. So let me do this play. All right. So the player is still appearing. Cool.